It's a real honor and pleasure to have the opportunity to highlight Ed's impact on my life. I was honored to bring together 23 scholars, practitioners, and advocates to craft an article to honor Ed entitled Pathways to a More Peaceful and Sustainable World. The article provides an overview of selected ongoing international efforts that have been inspired by Ed's vision to improve programs and policies for young children and families. The efforts presented are in close alignment with strategies articulated by Ed.
Several years later, we found out that Ed was going to need surgery. And Dr. Kim, the anesthesiologist, went over to Dr. Zigler and said, I was a Head Start graduate. My mother said that the only reason that I turned out as well off as I did was because I had such a good start to education from the Head Start experience that I had. After the surgery was over, it really wasn't the kind of follow-up that sounded like a doctor checking in on a patient. It was more like a man checking in on his previously unknown benefactor, somebody that he felt had really helped change his life.
The numbers of people, the numbers of policies, and the numbers of visionary steps that he architected led this nation to a far better, however still imperfect, but far better agenda for children and families. He was brilliant. He was at the cutting edge of everything and a visionary in every way. So we all have a lot to appreciate and be thankful for.
50 years ago, Sergeant Schreiber, one of the architects of the War on Poverty, handpicked a brilliant young academic from Yale University, Edward Zigler, to serve as a leading expert tasked with designing the program that became Head Start. President Johnson spoke of this project as, and I quote, a new war front on poverty. He said, and again, quote, we set out to make certain that poverty's children would not be forevermore poverty's captives. Professor Zigler soon became known as the father of Head Start, and with good reason. And even today, it is difficult to overstate how audacious, how revolutionary Dr. Zigler's vision really is. Head Start brings together everything that matters most to young children: education, health, emotional well-being, nutrition, social services. Instead of treating children as isolated individuals, Head Start embraces whole families, involving parents in making sure their kids are ready to learn. Head Start is without question the most effective early childhood development program that our country has ever developed. His gifts to the United States do not stop with Head Start. He helped give our country family and medical leave, assistance with child care, 0 to 3, and with Dr. Jim Comer, the Cozy Initiative, the Yale Child Study Center. But his greatest legacy is the stars, too numerous to name, who have been trained at Yale under his tutelage.
Ed left an indelible mark on our community and our nation. It was my great privilege to not only have had the opportunity to work closely with him, but to have called him my friend. And today, it is my great honor to join all of you in remembering Ed's invaluable contributions, not only to his chosen profession, but to all of our lives. May his spirit and vision continue to be a guide to us all.
When I'm asked what am I most proud of as a senator and authored a lot of legislation, I come back to children every single time. Other things may have had a larger impact at the moment and so forth, but nothing I did will have the lasting impact that the cluster of issues around children and their families did. And Ed Zigler was the author of an awful lot of those ideas and how to get them done.
He wanted us to always do better. He wanted our country to do better. He wanted scholars to do better by our country. He wanted those of us who were in the profession, teachers and school administrators, he wanted us to do better because he knew we could. And he knew there was a better future for children if only we dedicated ourselves more fully to it.
Upon receiving one of his numerous awards, Ed reflected on the Head Start program he conceptualized. He said, "If I had never done anything else in my life, that would have been a life worth living." But of course, Head Start was just one way Ed improved our world. He advised every U.S. president from Lyndon Johnson to Barack Obama on child and family policy. He was a prolific scholar who published over 40 books and 800 papers. And he was pivotal to the Family and Medical Leave Act's passage. Throughout his life, Ed brought much honor to Yale and an equal measure of hope to millions of youths across America. As we pay tribute to our devoted colleague, let us find solace in the fact that Ed Zigler's legacy endures through the many lives he enriched.